Hi guys, it's me, Carrie Silver Lining Mena, and today I want to share with you about the reason I took off to Maui. I want to talk about my how my big surrender led me on a week's vacation to the Hawaiian Islands. um, I've been kind of talking about it here and there, but in this video, I took some time. I sat out on the beach and I shared about how I got to this place of letting go. And I'm not going to go into it too much now because I already went into it on the beach. But I'm hoping that, of course, my surrender won't be the same as your surrender. But I wanted to explain how I got there, what it meant to me, how I did it, and what happened afterwards. And now that I am at this place, there's been many surrenders for me, but this one is the one that I first knew what was going on as it was happening. And now that I'm here, I get the game, and it's going to be so much more a smoother sailing from here on out. And I want to share that with you. But before I get started on that, and I also share a little bit of my touristy stuff, my little adventures, and I would appreciate some feedback about that too. Is it too long? Is it too cheesy? Is it too boring? Get to the good shit or whatever. Give me some feedback. But I'm a feely girl, so be kind. Okay, so before I start my video, the other stuff though, I wanted to take a minute to talk about Judy a little bit more. I didn't give her enough opportunity to share her story. I accidentally cut her off. I was panning for scenery and I messed up. But I did tell her backstory a little bit. What I didn't talk about so much is her future. And we're kind of in the same place on our journeys. We are now in a place of moving forward and manifesting what we want. And she doesn't know exactly what she wants. That's part of the game, to not cling to a specific outcome. But she's been told by her guides, including our Eric, that she's coming out to Maui for something big. And it is her intention to open a retreat center and I don't know her methods. She doesn't know her methods yet, but whatever it is, for people to come out and come together like minds, like vibrations, to spend time at this retreat healing. But her little twist on it will be to share her love of animals. And so she wants to combine healing of humans with the healing of animals. And not just any animals, because, and I don't think that, she's not being judgy about it. She just has a personal affinity for disabled dogs. And she always has, it seems. I hear her stories about fostering and adopting and loving and losing and all these stories about her pups. And right now she's got Cassidy. It's like this little bitty thing, and she's real cute, but she doesn't have hind legs. And so she mostly stays put in her bed and looks out the windows. There's windows all around Judy's place, and just looks at the beautiful forest. And otherwise, she'll get strapped to some wheels, and she can kind of zoom around with those things. So Judy will take her out to one of the many public parks out in Maui and just let them have a great time. And then there's another one that she calls Wesley, but I changed his name to Wiggles Houdini, because that dog, he has all 4 of his limbs, but none of them work. But that doesn't stop him, because he will just wiggle around like a seal, and if you turn away for one moment and you look back at him, he has gone from one end of the room to another. He's so fast. He's the little magician there. Maybe he's teleporting. I don't know. But they are a real sweet family, and she's just such a kind and generous person. I wanted to give her, my gratitude to her in this way, and I'll keep you posted on what's going on with her. Follow along. She's gonna blow up that island. She's gonna be I was gonna say Hurricane Judy. I meant Volcano Judy. She's gonna blow that shit up. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you get something out of my story of surrender and what it meant to me, and apply that to your own self. All right, guys. Oh, wait a minute. I keep forgetting this part. I'm not gonna forget it this time. So here we are, Silver Linings episode 8, with me in Maui with Judy, and action. Hi guys, it's me, Carrie. I'll probably say that 15 times when I slice all these videos together. But I am here at this super ancient, ginormous tree in Maui. And I think I have to maybe just get myself out of the shot. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. can't have me out of the shot. It's my damn show. Just kidding. Okay, wait. That's like the base trunk of it. I think this is called the banyan tree or something. I should really know my shit before I come and start to do this. And look how it stretches out. And then it like kind of grows back in to the ground. All of these little tree pieces that go back into the ground are part of that same tree. It's just huge, and it just keeps going. I'm gonna, whoa! Look at, I can do special effects and stuff too, apparently. So I am having a nice time here on Maui. My sleep's not so good, so we've just been kind of chill. Eating lots of fish and chips, my favorite. I guess I sort of gave up on keto for the time being. But here's more. I'm going to spin around again with this cool tree. Trippy. All right. There's a sign, but I don't want to go read it because look, there's a man over there. He's sitting right in front of the sign and I'm too shy. All right. Next stop, I don't know. I'll go somewhere else. Bye, guys.
How long the Earth's brightness, and if you got a heart of them, you'd most likely be spending some time in the darkness. So it's not a fun experience. So, yes.
Hi guys, look. I'm on the water. I just was under the water. Because look, I'm on a yellow submarine. Look, there's Judy. Say hi, Judy. Hi. Aloha. Aloha. So in theory, behind me here, there will be some whales and stuff. Just saw an octopus and some urchins, kinds of a turtle. Got to see my turtle. So on the way back to dock, we decided to sit up on top this time. It was beautiful down there. The sun was shining all the way to the bottom. In fact, I want to see if I can't get a shot of those fish. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna fall right in. Can you see him? I don't know if it's clear. All right, I'm gonna fall. Okay, here we go. Okay, bye. Hi. Here I am. I'm walking down Judy's driveway. That's her car and stairs up to her place. Whoa. It's been raining the whole time. Well, most of the time, but that's okay because we're about to hop into the car and drive to the other side of the island where it's sunshiny bright. I sleep with my windows open all night, and this is my sound. This is what I hear, and sometimes it gets crazy. I haven't seen this yet. Look what I'm about to do. Okay, I'm gonna spin around. So I haven't seen the rapids yet. It's been dry for me so far. She's got this big beefy car that can go through all kinds of terrain. That's good. She needs it. This is her fucking driveway. Look at this. Oops, wait. It's hard to master this angle and stuff. I'm not going to go all the way around, but you can just see how beautiful it is. All right. And then over there, wait, let me spin around. There's a little fire pit right there. And look at how deep that is. That's her neighbor, her landlords, and they're great. They all get along great. They're vegans, she's vegan. She loves animals, they love animals. They're all taking in rescue pets. I gotta tell you this girl's story. You're not gonna believe it. Talk about manifesting. She's a master. All right, I'm gonna sign off because like I said, we're taking off to the beach. All right, guys. Bye. Hi guys, here I am on a beach in Maui, and I wanted to talk about why I'm here, what I'm doing in Hawaii, because this isn't my first travel. This is, well, it is my first, but it's not the only. I have some adventures planned. I don't know what they are. Fairy Girl's got them all planned out, I guess. But I wanted to share about what brought me here, because I have alluded to this story in my video with Emma and a couple other places. And what brought me here was my big surrender, and I wanted to talk about that. And I guess
everybody's going to have their own version of it. This just happens to be mine, and I am unconventional Carrie, so you probably won't have one like mine, but maybe you can appreciate how I got to this place. And use my experience to help you in yours. And what happened, I feel like this is going to slip. Please don't slip. I got my phone propped up in some lava rocks, actually. Okay, so as many of you know, I like to call myself unconventional Carrie because I am unconventional. And one of the things that make me unconventional are my relationships. So not only do I have a regular traditional marriage, but even that's not traditional. That's actually why I'm here. But I also have a second husband. I have an ET husband, Avery. A lot of you know that story. But I'm also to have other kinds of relationships besides my ET relationship and my unconventional marriage. I get to have relationships with, well, I'm in a twin flame vibration relationship. I don't know if I'm in it, experiencing it, done with it, or what, but I had one of those. And it seems that I am to find other matching vibrations, other twins, other fractals of myself, and I will have relationships with them too. Some of them are much younger than me. Some of them, I don't know. I know I got a young'un. I know I got a girl. I know, I think it's just all over the place. So not only are my woo relationships, I have relationships in spirit, I have relationships with other species altogether, but my 3D human relationships are not what you would consider conventional. My husband and I've been married, I've been with him. It's like we've been married because once we had our first date, it was just the two of us from there on out, and that's been almost 28 years. And throughout my journey, my healing journey, I have just grown and changed so much that I have reached a different vibration than what my husband is in. But I also live a life of duality where I'm supposed to experience things completely different in my before version and my after version. And by that I mean my waking up. So I've already experienced being in a traditional relationship. And all along, I know that one of the purposes, one of the paths of my relationship with my husband, besides raising our kids, that was very important to us, which is why we're still together, because we both firmly value family and our family. We love our family. I love being a part of my family. I love all the parts of the family unit, the holidays we spend together, the meals that we have together, the Sundays out, all that stuff, video games and movies, everything. But my husband and I haven't lived as a traditional married couple for a long, long time. And I've known that one of our paths is to learn how to compromise. And first I didn't know what that meant exactly, but I just thought it was going to be that we were going to keep on making these mini concessions until we finally learned to meet in the middle. But I don't think that's it. I mean, that may be part of it, but I think what compromise really means is to learn how to live together peacefully in a way that will work for us both. And he's such a family man. He's so committed to his family. He just loves his kids. He's an awesome dad. I couldn't ask for a better dad for my kids. And he takes good care of me too. I'm his family, but that's what we are to each other. We're family. And while he's content with playing the role of dad and caregiver, I want a little bit more for myself. I want some romance and passion. So it took me a while. The guides went through to great lengths to get me to realize that my path was not like others. So what was going on was my husband and I, for years now, it's almost always been tumultuous, but lately it's just been nonstop bickering. And it's frustrating to us because we do love our family and we don't want to split that family up. So I finally got to a point though where I just couldn't live with him anymore. I was just done. I was done. But I didn't know what to do. I had thought of all the possibilities. I thought about moving to Washington State, 1,500 miles away, to live with my dad, but then I wouldn't be a family. I wouldn't be there for my kids. And we have a second home we use as an income property, and that's just a few miles away, but a few miles away is still not in the home with my kids. That defeated that purpose. I thought about getting an apartment up the street. But why pay rent on a place when I'm going to be at the house all the time? That wasn't it either. I thought about switching bedrooms and moving upstairs, but that wasn't the answer either. Nothing felt right. And what I didn't realize in trying to come up with a solution, I really thought I was doing the right thing by coming up with a solution. But what I was doing was trying to control things. And once I got pushed so far, and I just decided I don't care what's next. I don't care what the solution is. I just need to not be where it's at. So I was very frustrated one day. Heather and I were going to do a video. It was the Thanksgiving video, or Native American, and how they thought about it. We spoke to her great-great-grandpa Cayetano. And before the video started, before we started recording, I was pretty upset, and I was kind of venting to her. And great-great-grandpa Cayetano said to me that you will come to a place of inner peace, and when you do get to there, the answers will come to you. So in my frustrations with my marriage and just, you know, knowing that something's got to give, I decided to take my friend Judy's offer to come and stay with her in Maui. And that's a really interesting story. I don't know if I'm going to get an opportunity to talk to her or not. I wanted to kind of give her a little mini interview. We'll see what happens. But if not, I'll go ahead and tell her story later, just a synopsis of it, because she's pretty amazing. So I was so frustrated. I had it in my mind that I was just going to run away from home and move to Maui for several months and find my inner peace there so that my solution would come to me. But I realized in that time, it's just so weird the way things come to you. I had reached my inner peace before I even left for Maui. I reached my inner peace weeks and weeks before I had to take off to Maui, and this is how it happened. I have my Stardust event with Heather at the end of April, and I was invited to go join in an event with some of my UK friends out in UK. But that started the same week as Stardust, and I thought to myself, oops, maybe I'll go anyway. Maybe I'll go for half the week, because I really have fallen in love with those people, and it's just such a good vibe. And I don't know, I was kind of like, ugh, my husband's going to kill me if I take off. I will have just come home from Vegas from Stardust. And then Emma invited me the weekend following Stardust to come participate in her event in Southern California. And I was like, God, I got all these things going on, you know, Stardust, UK, and Emma's, and I kind of joked to myself and said, man, that's the solution. I'll just fly around the world and participate in other people's events. And as I giggled, I was like struck by, you know, the light bulb, and my heart chakra got squeezed and I burst into tears, because I realized my little joke was not a joke at all, and it was exactly my solution. So I had reached the inner peace, and that inner peace was synonymous with surrender. I gave up control of what was going to happen next, and I trusted that everything would be okay. I knew it would be. I worked so hard on my healing path that there's no stopping me. And I know that there are nothing but good things waiting for me. So that lesson to learn to give that fight up, that control up, changed everything for me. And I've done it many times. I've done it throughout this healing journey, but didn't quite recognize it for what it was. And I certainly didn't see the pieces fall into place afterwards. And I have learned that in surrender, that answer that's going to come to you in your inner peace, chances are that answer is so fucking outlandish that you don't already know it. Because if the answer was that easy, you wouldn't have to surrender. And I think that the point is not so much for what's next, but to learn how to let go of that control and go with the flow. So that's what I did, and I see over and over again how letting go of that control and letting go of that fear of what comes next almost also brings me to a place in which I was better than I was before. This happens over and over again. So once I decided that I'm just going to take off and fly around the world, just go stay with people, I started to feel peace. And you know what's really trippy about this too? Peace fell into my house. And I'm going to give you an example of the kinds of things that my husband and I would argue about, because this is so amazing to me what happened. But my husband's kind of a harsh man. He says it like it is. And he doesn't hear the tone in his voice. I'm just talking normal, but I'm so sensitive. I'm such a feely girl. I'm like, you're being mean to me. And granted, I am an extra sensitive girl. But granted, he's kind of gruff sometimes. So I keep trying to educate him on how to be kinder in your words, your tones, the things that you say or whatever. And he was always, just fought it. I'm just fine. But what happened was once we came to this conclusion, this decision, and it was a joint decision. Let me put that on pause, because I said to my husband, I have a solution and I don't think you're going to like it, but you're going to prefer it to the alternatives. And so when I told him what my plan was to just go, ride on his marry me and fly for free dime, because he works for the airlines, I don't even pay for my airfare. He was like, you know what, I like that solution too. Because then we get the space from each other, but she's gonna always come home. He is a person that likes things to be the way they're supposed to be, and you're supposed to stay together till death do you part. But he too knew something had to give. So at one point, he probably would have resented the fuck out of me flying around the world having a good time while he's home working, taking care of the kids, and I'm flying on his benefit. That would have pissed him off. And I get that, but now he's like, you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. And the kids are at a place now where they need his guidance a whole lot more than they did before. I mean, he's always been a strong father figure in many ways, but they're getting to a place where, I'm the feely person, I'm the touchy-feely, lovey, emotional person, but he's the practical person, and they're going to need to start learning how to do banking and, all that stuff. Whew. It's over my head. I could figure it out, I just choose not to. I got somebody to do it for me, and he's pretty good at it. So, man, I totally derailed myself with my story about my husband. So anyway, my plan is to just go. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I know it because it is significant. Once we came to this decision and we both agreed that I would go and travel, which I've always known it was in my path. I knew I was going to take my show on the road. I just didn't realize it was right now. It always felt like it was a ways in the future. But nope, it's right now. It's right now. Here I am in Maui doing it. Right now, recording. Crazy. But I feel like once, again, we got to that decision, that is when his soul self allowed the information I was trying to give to him about being kinder sunk in. Because all of a sudden, he's gone through this complete change. And I try to do it in the kindest way possible. But I went to school for this. I studied it, and I studied effective communication. I've always worked with small children. I know how to be kind in my words and phrase things in the most constructive way possible. So I know my stuff. So when he would kind of be gruff in a way, I'd call him out on it, and I'd be kind to him too, because I don't want him to reject it. I want him to truly learn. It's not my point to beat him down. It's my point to help him be a kinder person. And instead of being a jerk or not listening to me or not understanding me, he takes a moment and he listens to what I say and he processes it. And right there on the spot, he will say, I hear what you're saying. You're right. I want to be a better person. And he'll look at one of the kids, whichever ones he snapped at, and he'll apologize to them. And I'm so proud of him and the way, he's embracing this, because it's not easy to have somebody tell you fucked up again. You fucked up again. But he really does want to be the best dad ever. So this is just another example of how my surrender of trying to control the situation allowed for all the pieces to fall into place. So now that I have been pushed and propelled in this new direction to start traveling, that's when he too can receive information. And I'm sure that there's more to it. I'm sure there's more depth. This is just what I've observed. So I guess the main lesson, besides just sharing my story, because I really do have an interesting story. How many listen to this shit? I used to be some fat, frumpy, depressed, anxious housewife that stuffed licorice in the couch cushions and pulled it out when I was watching Judge Judy or whatever. That was my life, just waiting for babies to wake up and doing laundry and blah. It was fine, but that's not my whole life. And before that, I never did anything. I never had any money. I never had any motivation. I was just this big, timid thing. And now I have this big dick energy. I read on the internet. I love that. I got big dick energy. And my life has changed in so many ways. And all of the things that I've ever been denied are being gifted to me in ways I couldn't imagine. So, sorry about that. It's pretty windy. So one of the things I feel like I get to do is I really, truly do get to have my cake and eat it too. I have a husband that takes complete care of me. I don't have any financial worries. And he basically says, go have your relationships, go have your fun, go grow. I'm going to make sure our babies are safe and taken care of. Who gets to do that? Who gets to fucking travel around and, have fun you know, my passion is to teach people in my unconventional way. So I'm just so stoked. I really did my work. I did my time, and it's ready. I'm ready to reap the rewards of that hard work. So here I am enjoying Maui, and I was told that this is a time for me to ground, and I really have. I've been pretty relaxed, just chill every day, no pressure. We did a couple touristy things, but mostly it's just been hanging out and talking and sharing stories. And I did kind of overdose on fish and chips. I think I'm over it. I really do. Ugh. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up. And what I want you to take out of this is a couple things. One thing is that you truly can create your own reality. I kind of have in mind of things that I want to do, and I put it out there, but I don't hold to an outcome entirely. So know that you really can. You really can go from that frumpy housewife, anxious and depressed, to flying around the world and meeting people. And also, don't fear the surrender. Don't try to find a solution. Don't look for the outcome, because that's control. It might feel like you're doing the right thing, but what you're really being presented with is an opportunity to let go of your past, and then you'll find that inner peace, and then your answers will come to you. So give it a try, because whatever's going on in your life isn't working anyway. So find a way to let that shit go. All right, you guys, thanks for listening to my story of surrender. I'm glad I was able to record on the beach. I've been trying all week, but it's either been rainy or something's going on. So I'm going to take off, look at my Maui shirt. I'm going to take it off, put on my bikini, the one that Dennis saw me in the video we did together. Said that Fairy Girl showed him a picture of me on the beach in a bikini, drinking out of a pineapple. I think Fairy Girl's full of shit, because this girl ain't wearing a bikini. Close enough, though. I'll get out there in that water and ground and float and just enjoy it. Let me see if I can pan around a little bit, because it really is beautiful. And I'm just going to spin it around over there. Look at that. All right, you guys. Happy silver linings. Bye. Hi, guys. It's me, Carrie, and I'm still in Maui. We went to this park called the Garden of Eden at the top of a hill. I don't know if you can hear that. There's some falls down there, and people are, I guess they're scaling it. Yeah, they're all enclosed. They're just climbing up it, scaling a waterfall. Interesting. So I'm here with my friend Judy, and oh wait, that's one side of the view, but look what happens if I whip around. Woohoo! Oh, can you tell? Maybe I have to move myself and let it refocus. I don't know. Anyway, that's the ocean, and we're way up high. Let's see if I can find her. I don't know which way she went, but I think she went this way. And I just wanted to tell you real quick about her story and how she got out here to Maui. She's just always had a dream to come to Hawaii. It's just, just from day one, she said. And she was actually born in Colorado. And then she needed to get out to the ocean, so she moved to California. She worked up and down the coast in California, and she had a dog grooming business, a really successful one. She bought herself a van, and she'd drive around to celebrity homes up in the Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills and wash their dogs. And she just decided that one day, fuck that, I'm over that shit. I'm following my dreams. And so she just gave everything up and came out here just like she knew she always would. And we seem to be in kind of the same place in our vibrations, in that we both surrendered around the same time. Our journeys kind of started at the same time when things kind of got fucked up and we had to clean house, and our lives are changing at the same time. So it's kind of interesting to be in the same place as her, yet different paths. But just understanding the faith that you have to have in order to get what's coming next. So again, I'm going to go back to what I spoke about on the beach about that surrender. Look, there she is. And look what she's looking at. She's just loving this. Every day she just speaks about her gratitude, about how much she loves it here. And before I even got here, she'd write me letters every week or so and say, I'm so happy here. So she was a big inspiration to me too, because she had this thriving business in Los Angeles, and she literally just gave it all away. She just had like such trust, and it was like it was a gift to somebody else too. Somebody has kind of taken over the business, or at least they're trying to, and they too are so full of gratitude for the new life that's been gifted to them. So it was just good all the way around. And Judy, what do you think? What do you think about surrender and following your dreams?
Highly advise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. That's what we're here for. Life is here to take chances. So.
Right.
You know, I want to inspire people. You know, not everybody needs to go to the same place. This happens to be mine. So.
Yes.
Follow your dreams.
That's right. Follow your dreams. And she has invited me. I didn't mean to kick you off. I was just trying to pan around. I wanted to see more sights behind us. I didn't for you to spin with me.
It's okay.
So she's invited me actually to come host some retreats in her home. You've seen her driveway. That's just a little piece of what it's like around here. And so our little gears are turning about that. So if you wouldn't mind, give me a little, your 2 cents. Would you come out here for some kind of retreat? What do you think? All right, so I wanted to make a public thank you to my friend Judy. She took great care of me. She drove the whole way, and some of these roads were pretty treacherous. 1-lane bridges next to waterfalls, but she pulled it off. And it's just been so nice and relaxing, but I still have such a strong sense and pull towards home. And even in my other video, I bragged about, or the other section, I bragged about being free and, you know, traveling and meeting new people. The truth is that I love my home and I love my family, and I'm looking forward to getting back to them in a couple days. All right, thank you for letting me share my journey and my lessons with you. I hope that both me and Judy, I hope that we both gave a little inspiration for you guys to follow your dreams too. Thanks, guys. Bye. I mean, aloha.